The most effective way to filter talent is a open promotion relegation soccer system. So for the USA Soccer program, if we want to send our best to the top of the USA Soccer pyramid and out to the world, whether it be with a national team or with club teams in regional competitions or the Club World Cup, we need a system that allows the cream to rise to the top based on sporting merit or on-field merit. So now contrast this with how we're currently set up in USA Soccer with the closed ecosystem we have, where Division One is basically selected by MLS itself, the sole keepers of Division One. They can decide which teams are allowed to be absorbed into their club, into their business unit. And then beyond that, we have general managers, coaches making decisions on which players to cut, which players to sign, which players to play a lot, which players to not play a lot. So everything is arbitrary, from which teams go up and down to which players are playing, which players are in Division One, which players are not in Division One, all the way down the chain. If you want to look at USL or other professional or amateur teams, which are down in the lower tiers of the USA Soccer pyramid, everything is arbitrary. So when you look at a player, a coach, administrator, or a team club who's in a particular level of USA Soccer, they are there. They have not earned their place based on sporting merit. Not to say that a Division One club now in USA Soccer is no better than a Division 4 team, but it's completely upside down from the rest of the world, where everybody is filtered up and down based on their results on the field, and that mainly. There is a little bit of arbitrary selection, of course, with clubs deciding to sign players, but the main filtration mechanism in open system soccer is on-field performance, as it should be. That's the spirit of soccer right there. So here in America, we've got this completely arbitrary ecosystem where everything is decided by simple decisions by individuals or by committees, board members of certain companies like MLS or USL or other leagues. And when we think about the common term used about U.S. soccer development, how we have players falling through the cracks here, you look at, we have the extremely inefficient filtration system in place here. One that leaves a lot of room for the human error aspect. And with human decision making, there's always going to be the times where you get things wrong as an individual, general manager, as a coach, as a board. There are times where you just get decisions flat out wrong, and you got to take your best guess, go with your gut, and say, hey, we're going to sign this guy, we're going to let this guy go. That's part of the deal, but the beauty of basing your ecosystem, building it on that foundation of merit-based on-field play, is that naturally you will see your best clubs, sets of supporters, administration, staffs, players, coaches moving up towards the top. So you look at a team like AFC Bournemouth in England, who was down in Division 4, Division 5 a few years back, and they're from a smaller town, smaller stadium, but they run things the right way. Their players produced, their academy trained up first team players. They made smart signings. So every aspect of that club from top to bottom proved its worth and earned its way up the ladder in the English ecosystem. So, when you look at their manager today, Eddie Howe, or some of their players that are in Division One, would they have been selected, 4 or 5 years ago to play in Division One if it was all arbitrary based, if it was all just an closed Division One MLS team scouting for players? Would they have seen those players and said, yes, those guys are Division One quality? Probably not on most of those guys, but they ended up proving their value, and they won their way up to Division I. That's how it should be. And of course, once you're in Division I, you always face that constant pressure of having to keep your place on the top of the pile, which is, of course, healthy. When that survival instinct kicks in, it is amazing the things we can achieve when we are under pressure like that. So you look at the USA Soccer ecosystem, everything is just casual. You'll be back next year if you suck. And it shows in our Division I. There's not much to care about, from the players to coaches to supporters. And most of America tunes out. We've got 94% of American soccer basically ignoring MLS, tuning into other open, authentic, merit-based soccer around the world. So you think about American soccer today and how many administrators, coaches, owners, players, staff are in high positions in the ecosystem that really don't deserve to be there. So basically, it's not about how excellent your work is. Say you're a 25-year-old, 30-year-old coach in Division 4 or 5 of USA Soccer. No matter how excellent you are in terms of what you produce, you're not going to work your way up, or you have a very low chance of working your way up to the higher divisions of USA Soccer and ultimately to Division I. You can do that in a matter of a couple of years in an open, merit-based ecosystem with promotion and relegation. But here, you need an extremely, extremely large slice of luck to be spotted by someone and then selected by a general manager and then made the first team manager for that particular team. So the odds are stacked against people who want to just focus on excellence and quality in their work. Hard work and excellence is not incentivized in the USA Soccer pyramid right now. It's all about just positioning yourself, paying money. If you're a team, you want to get promoted, you buy into MLS, or you work the politics angles. And you see many people in the higher reaches of USA Soccer who just do not deserve to be there right now. And you see it shows with the popularity of our USA Soccer Division I and the quality of our club teams and our national team. So let's just run our soccer like the rest of the world, base it on-field results mainly. So if you like this video, make sure to share it out across social media and also subscribe right here to my channel. And I'll talk to you soon.